Hi, my name is Anna Saul-Sykes, and I'm the Director of Admission for Special Programs at Brown University. I want to start by telling you about one of Brown's most defining features, the open curriculum. The open curriculum was instituted in 1969 as the direct result of student research, planning, and activism. Unlike many colleges in the US, Brown does not have a core curriculum or required distribution requirements that all students must complete. Despite not having a core curriculum, most students end up completing what would be considered a core at other schools, but do so out of their own volition. Brown's open curriculum allows students to play an active role in their education by giving them freedom to explore and design their own program of study. It means that each undergraduate has the opportunity to create their own unique academic experience. Since students are able to choose exactly which classes they want to take, everyone in the classroom has chosen to be there because they're truly interested in the course. This creates a much more dynamic and engaging classroom experience. While we don't have general education requirements, Brown does have some requirements that students must fulfill in order to graduate. Students must declare one concentration by the end of their sophomore year and fulfill the requirements for their chosen concentration. Brown offers approximately 80 concentrations and also gives students the option to design their own concentration. Students must pass 30 Brown University courses before they graduate. Each course is equal to 1 credit. Students must take 2 writing designated courses. These courses are offered across many different departments, so while they may not necessarily be a literature course, they each have a significant writing component. The shopping period is an integral part of the open curriculum. Brown offers over 2,000 academic courses every year, and for the first 2 weeks of every semester, students can shop for the 4 or 5 classes they will ultimately end up taking that semester. With shopping period, you get to make an informed decision about every course you take. You can look at the syllabus and consider whether the course and professor matches your learning style before committing to the course. It eliminates what we call back row syndrome. Every student in each class has chosen to be there and will be engaged and passionate about the material. Many students will divide and conquer during shopping period by attending classes and reporting back to their friend groups. Another critical piece of the open curriculum is the satisfactory no credit grading option. One of the ways that students take advantage of the open curriculum is through the satisfactory no credit grading option, which encourages students to explore unfamiliar academic interests. Students can elect to take any course at Brown, either for a grade, A, B, C, or no credit, or satisfactory no credit, also known as SNC. Other schools may refer to this as pass-fail. On average, students will take 1 out of every 5 courses SNC, which also includes some courses that are mandatory SNC. The vast majority of your academic transcript will be made up of letter grades. The experience of Brown's open curriculum is best expressed by our students.
I've taken classes in 16 departments of Brown since I've been here, including history, which is what I study. So I've done like 3 courses in economics and 3 courses in education. I took a class in neuroscience, I took a class in public health, I took environmental science, I took computer science. Truthfully, I've probably fulfilled a general education curriculum almost anywhere else, but because I got to pick it, I was so much more invested in being in those classes instead of feeling like I was sort of dragged there. And I could do it at whatever order and speed I wanted to. So some of those courses I took freshman year when I was still trying to decide what I wanted to study. And some of those I'm taking now, like I'm in a philosophy class now, even though I'm not a philosophy concentrator, because it's my last semester and I want to just do new things.
Figure this all out on your own. Brown has a strong network of advisors to support you. Every first-year student is assigned an academic advisor and a Meiklejohn peer advisor. Advisors help students navigate the academic experience at Brown and use the open curriculum in a way that works best for them. Faculty and staff are not required to be advisors, but many volunteer to do so because they genuinely want to work with first-year students. So advising groups are typically very small, around 5 to 6 students. The Meiklejohn, or peer advisor, provides a student perspective on the ins and outs of course registration and can offer advice on course options as well as student life. After your first year, you'll continue on with advising through a concentration advisor. The open curriculum leads to especially engaged students. Because students are choosing to be in their classes, their level of the investment is especially high, and the conversations tend to be dynamic. The Wall Street Journal ranked Brown among the highest in student engagement of schools in the Ivy League. All faculty are leading educators, teaching in classrooms or in labs. The student to faculty ratio is 6:1, and 70% of our courses have 19 or fewer students. Because classes are small, conducted in the seminar style, and all of our professors teach, it means that students are easily able to exchange ideas with each other and with faculty members. Beyond the traditional classroom setting, students engage in fieldwork and research assignments through community partnership. Community-based learning and research, or CBLR, is a course designation available across the curriculum. Courses must meet 4 criteria to earn this designation. First, they must involve collaboration with one or more community partners to investigate an important social change or problem. Second, they incorporate in-depth community-based experiences typically undertaken outside of the classroom into the learning and/or research objectives of the course. Third, they provide structured opportunities for reflecting on the relationship between classroom learning and real-world experience. And fourth, they create products or outcomes that are shared with the community partner and/or the broader public. Brown offers tremendous opportunities for research. Over 1,000 undergraduates are engaged in research during the academic year. Between 600 and 800 undergraduates do research each summer, whether through grants, fellowships, or independent study projects. Research is accessible to all students in all departments, starting as early as your first year. Undergraduates outnumber the graduate student population by more than 2-1, which means that professors are really rely on undergraduate students to engage with them in the lab or wherever their research is being done. This means Brown students are often developing knowledge and skills at the cutting edge of scholarship. Our distinctive university college model enables students to collaborate closely with their professors on well-resourced, high-profile academic pursuits. Our undergraduate students aren't just doing grunt work, but they are truly contributing to research in a meaningful way as a full and equal partner with graduate students and faculty. After they graduate, our students are able to apply the skills they learn in their time at Brown. Over the past 5 years, Brown has been among the top producers in the United States in Fulbright winners. The Fulbright program is the US government's premier scholarship program, enabling students to conduct research, study, or teach in over 140 countries around the world. Participants are chosen for their academic merit and leadership potential, both things we cultivate at Brown. Along the same lines, in the past decade alone, Brown students have won a number of Rhodes and Marshall scholarships, both of which are highly selective academic awards that fund graduate study in the United Kingdom. Our graduates have also been very successful in applying to pre-professional programs. Our medical school admit rate is double the national average. Our law school admit rate is about 10% higher than the national average. Career Lab, the Center for Careers in Life After Brown, exists to support students through the transition from undergraduate to professional life, whether that means pursuing a Fulbright scholarship, a graduate school program, or employment. About 250 different employers come to campus each year. Employers recruiting at Brown include, just to name a few, Google and Apple, BCG and Bain, Teach for America and City Year, Brigham and Women's Hospital, and the National Institutes of Health, as well as Major League Baseball and the Walt Disney Company. Career Lab also offers resume and cover letter workshops, mock interview practices, and opportunities to brainstorm about next steps post-graduation. Career Lab also helps students find opportunities to prepare for the future during their undergraduate career. Brown provides $3 million in financial support annually for internships. Oftentimes, these grants are given to students taking on low pay or no pay internships and are used to cover accommodations and travel, allowing students to take on the internships they are truly interested in. Additionally, Brown Connect is a platform that connects students to the global network of Brown alumni and parents who may assist them in their search for internship opportunities. At Brown University, we employ what is called a holistic admission process. If you're unfamiliar with this term, it means that when we look at your application, we are taking an individualized and contextual evaluation of your application and considering your achievements and opportunities. When it comes to your course selection, we do not have a preference in terms of which courses you take. What we're going to do is look at what your high school has offered you and what you've chosen to take advantage of and challenge yourself with. With regard to applying to Brown, we offer two timelines under which you are able to apply. The first is early decision. The deadline for this process is at the beginning of November. You would receive the results of this process sometime in mid-December. The other timeline is regular decision. That deadline is in early January. You would hear back from us at the end of March. The early decision timeline is a binding process. This means that the early decision timeline is truly for students who know that Brown is their first choice when it comes to their college career. Regular decision, however, is non-binding. You would be able to have until May to decide whether Brown was the right school for you, should you be admitted. In terms of the pieces of the application, you would be able to apply to Brown with the Common Application. Through the Common Application, you would be able to access the Brown University Supplement, which asks a few questions specific to Brown. We also require your transcript. With the transcript, we will look at all 4 years and be regularly updated by your counselor with your senior grades. We also require letters of recommendation from your school counselor or school counselor equivalent and 2 teachers. For first-year applicants in this year's admission cycle, Brown is test optional. More information on our testing policy can be found on our website at admission.brown.edu/first-year. A recommended but not required piece of the application is a brief video introduction. You will be given the option to submit it once you log in to the applicant portal. This personal video introduction should have a maximum duration of 2 minutes, and it will be viewed by the admission staff along with your application. This video is an opportunity for you to talk directly to the admission office. Many students will give us a slice of life, going through their daily routine, or simply talk about whatever's on their mind. The video introduction can be as simple as you'd like it to be. Many students will just use the camera on their phone or the camera on their laptop to record themselves speaking to the admission office. Now, I'd like to turn it over to my colleague, Heather.